I wanted to take a look at a feature in PowerPoint that is often overlooked. It's a feature called QuickStarter, and it may be very useful for you and your students. I need to make one disclaimer, however, and it's a big one. Unfortunately, at this time, the feature is not available on an iPad. It does, however, work on Windows and Mac computers, so perhaps your school still has a public lab, computer lab, or some classroom computers that you could use. So QuickStarter builds an outline to help you or your students get started researching, a subject of your choosing. Now, students will still need to do their own research, but QuickStarter will help to get the ideas going, and it will help them stay organized. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just open PowerPoint. Once PowerPoint's open, you're going to click the new button over here. And one of the options is Quick Starter. So I'm going to double click that and get started. So I'm going to click in here and we're going to choose, say, Shirley Chisholm, which many of you know is the first African American elected to Congress. But she's also, and this was so long ago, and this is important for kids, but she was the very first African American woman to run for president, and that was all the way back in 1972. So we're going to hit enter here, and you'll see it'll come up with a couple different things that have something to do with her. We're going to just choose the first one that's all about her. So then it populates automatically these different sections of research. And if you want to uncheck some of them, perhaps you don't want this, perhaps you don't want, I think we'll just leave all the rest of those there. So you can uncheck any of these that you want. You hit next. And what it's going to do is it's going to build an outline for you. And of course, in the middle of recording this, it's going to decide to take a while. Okay, here we go. So you get these different templates to pick from. We'll just choose the one that's already selected here. Now, of course, remember and remind your students that you can always change this later on. You're not stuck with this. Just like any other PowerPoint, you're free to change the style and what it looks like. So we hit create here. It's going to build that outline. And you'll see when it first comes up, you've got two hidden slides. These first two slides, they're not meant to be part of the presentation. But what they do give, and this is nice for your students, is they give a bit of a summary. Who was this person? They give some facts and figures all about this person. You can also go over here and look at other ideas related to this particular research. But if we start going down the slides, you'll see how it builds out everything, including a table of contents. You'll also notice as you move along that we see these topic areas that you chose from early on. And if you remember, I left out the quotes section. So it's going to have all of these except for the quotes. It does a lot of nice little things for you. For instance, let's click this. It's automatically included a picture of Shirley, Ms. Chisholm. And if you notice down here in this black bar, it has already cited this image. So this is a great time to have discussions with your students about copyright, about the rights to use other people's photos. And then it puts it in there automatically for them. Another nice thing that it does is at the very bottom, it automatically includes a works cited. The nice thing about this, it doesn't give them anything. It doesn't actually format their citations. But what it does do is it's already given them a place to get started, to start putting those citations in as they're working on their research. It's sometimes the worst. At the very end, you can't remember where you've got everything, or you lost some of your notes and now you don't remember. This gives them the option to go ahead and start putting their citations into their research as they go along. So I think this can be helpful for a lot of students. If we think about students that have a difficult time with organizing their thoughts. And we know a lot of kids do. Uh, so this could be really good for them. It could also be good for you as a teacher to build your own things. We're all busy this year more than ever. So it helps you build out your projects and things that you want to present very quickly, get you moving along very quickly. So if we think about the different types of students we have, whether they're students who use special education services, whether they be a general classroom where you want a certain style for how this is going to look, there are a lot of reasons that you might want to use this with your students. So again, unfortunately, this is not available on student iPads, but just consider how it might support your students, and even if it's just for a few who struggle with research.